Alright, everyone, and welcome back to That Variety Nerd. I'm Christina, and today we are jumping into a pretty lengthy renovation. So, if it's kind of choppy at first, kind of bear with it. Um, that's just sort of how my recording was sort of set up. I need to get better at like trimming things and all that good stuff. But anyway, around. So, as always, just grab your choice of beverage. We're going to hang out and go through a renovation. I'm finishing up a cup of coffee, the same one that I've been drinking for the last couple of videos. Also, please stay hydrated. It's too hot. It really is. Anyway, so this is the last renovation in the Glimmerbrook world. I'm actually really proud of myself that I was able to renovate this entire world. This is the first world that I've actually like fully completed in my save file, which that link is down in the description down below. I still have one more to do in Granite Falls, at least at the time of voiceovering this, which was like Thursday, so not too far removed. But this house really needed some work done. Like, holy crap. So, I was going to split this up into two videos, and then I was like, you know what, screw it. Let's just do one longer video. Because, I mean, like, this is kind of the renovation finale, like, of the little project that I've been working on the last few days. I spent 2 days, yeah, I spent 2 days, I think, yeah. So, I spent a total of, like, I think 6 or 7 hours renovating Glimmerbrook. That sounds about right. How long did? Yeah, about like 6 to 8 hours in total renovating the world. And again, if you don't like how it's furnished, how the windows are placed, anything like that, the roofing, that's fine. I at least wanted to change the layout to where it made some shred of sense because this layout did not make any sense. Like they had the tall walls for no reason, so I think I shrunk them to either medium or short walls. I don't remember. But this lot made little to no sense. Like, why do you have this opulent driveway and then like have a weird gated area? Like it made no sense to me. So I wanted to do something a little bit different. So I went with a kind of black, purple, and white sort of texture with also some dark hardwood floors. So you have some wood tones, you have some blacks, purples, whites. I really drew the inspiration from the purple window, and you'll see that throughout this renovation. But I took inspiration from those windows. I love the stained glass on that particular swatch. And so I'm like, you know what? Maybe that'll be like a focal point of this house. Let's do this. I'd love to see this house, honestly, in like seasons with like all the holiday lights and stuff. I think that would look really cool. But this was a pain in the butt. Like, if you were on stream with me, I think it was Wednesday night. Yeah, I was streaming this on Wednesday night. I got the last two houses done. So it was this one, and then I got the two occupied lots done. So the bigger house is done on like Wednesday night. I got the community lot, I got the starter home lot done, and I got the tree house built all in that first stream on Tuesday night. And then I got this house done in the other house, the one with the two roommates, done on Wednesday night stream. So between those two houses, I was on stream for about 3.5 hours just renovating two houses. I took like a 15, like a quick 5 minute break or something like that, but I did all this in like one sitting. I'm like, I am determined. I don't care. Let's do this. Also, a quick disclaimer. So the video might cut off a little bit, but that's because like I only had an extra 5 minutes of video or something like that at most to finish like the upper level, and it was like just installing. It was just mostly placing in the magic items and like bookshelves and stuff like that. So I didn't really want to like include like an extra snippet of like a video, and quite honestly, like this is a long enough video as it is. Like before the screenshots, I think this video came in at like 24 minutes because this is 2 hours worth of video and this is actually sped up by 5 times. So I would have done this faster, but to me it's like my head starts spinning when I'm watching renovation videos sometimes, and I'm just like, oh god. But yeah, if you can see those windows, that's sort of what I based this house around because I thought it was a really cool feature. And I just, oh god, I love those. I love that swatch. I love stained glass. We need more stained glass, just period, in this game. But generally speaking, I want to do something with that stained glass sort of feature. Oh god, we still got like 20 minutes to go in this. I'm like trying to figure out like, oh god, what are we doing? But yeah, so I'm doing this voiceover and all the other voiceovers on like Thursday morning on the 12th. So in case you're like, there's some outdated commentary possibly, I don't know. Just letting you all know about that. I wanted to get some stuff pre-recorded for the weekend so that way I could have a like work weekend essentially where I'm just working on stuff. I'm trying to get ahead so that way I can stay a little bit ahead in time for WE2K20. So that's gonna be the meat and potatoes heading into like mid-October through like the rest of the year. So just giving you a heads up about that. The Realm of Magic Let's Play is coming out on Monday. We'll do a little bit of a longer episode just to sort of introduce everything. The goal is to hopefully get a episode like a prequel kind of recorded like a makeover video at some point this weekend. So I don't know if that'll be out this weekend or whatever, but again, this is at the time of voiceovering everything, so this is subject to change. But I thought it'd just be a kind of cool idea, and kind of a cool concept to go with, and just sort of go from there. So essentially, I'm just going to be staying in the apartment most of the weekend. Like, I'm just going to be chilling. Like, I'm going to go get some lunch after this. I'm going to go get a few groceries, like, the basics, because, like, I enjoy cooking at home. I like potatoes. I like fresh food. Anyway, so, oh God, this layout literally took me over an hour to figure out. Literally, at least half of the stream was me trying to figure out this darn layout. Holy crap, people. We needed to just gut this thing. So, I moved the bathroom kind of like to that front area because it made a little bit of sense to me and like sectioned it off. I mean, generally, you don't want to put a bathroom right next to the stairs, but at least it made more sense to kind of open up that bigger space as well. But yeah, oh my God, this was such a pain. I like couldn't figure out how the stairs worked. Like nothing was working. That's just kind of what was happening here. Nothing was working. I'm still trying to figure out stairs and how they work and all that good stuff. But yeah, I couldn't figure out where the stairs were going or anything. So like there's like a three sort of square stair and then there's like a weird two square stair right next to it. I think it just makes sense in general, but generally speaking, this was hard. This was probably one of the more challenging renovations I've had to work on because like it was mostly the layout that was hard to figure out and like the stairs and just how everything was sort of working. Oh my God. It was kind of a bit of a pain in the booty, but I think we made it work. At the worst case scenario, you all have like a better layout. So, what I end up doing is that it's still three bedrooms. I move all the bedrooms onto one floor. I moved the bathroom to that corner so that way you had like a big master sort of bedroom almost. I extended that hallway so that way we could create some more separation. And yeah, so each room, or two out of the three bedrooms, has like a balcony. The smaller room, it doesn't, but it's a little bit more quaint and probably the one I would go for, to be completely honest. But I wanted to give each room like its own little like flavor, its own little like personality. So I kind of thought of the family that was in this household, right? So I thought about like, oh, okay, well they have the elder sim. Elder sim could probably just take up one of the smaller bedrooms because like again, elders don't really need a whole lot. They're very chill, they're very quaint, so we at least gave her the room with the balcony, so I kept her in mind there. The engaged couple, we just gave them the master bedroom because, like, quite frankly, it was probably one of the only couple rooms in this house. I wanted to do the upstairs as like a master suite almost, but then I thought, where the heck are these, like, because this is a legacy sort of family, right? So it's a family full of witches, spellcasters, like that sort of thing. And so I'm like, okay, Elderson's getting one of the smaller rooms because that's usually where you put grandma anyway. It's like usually in a smaller room. Again, going back to some of our original renovations, like, think of grandma. Like, always think of grandma. But yeah, so I really enjoyed this one. It was hard, but it was like a good challenge. But I really hope that you all like what I've done with it because, oh, y'all, I would totally play on this lot if I could. I just, like, for me, I prefer more like one story, like ranch houses where everything's like on one story. Like, that's just sort of how I roll. But, like, sometimes I like playing in bigger houses too. But I really hope that you all enjoy these renovations so far. We'll be going through some more renovations as we're going through the year. Again, I like to pepper in these renovations, so if there's a new sort of pack, we're going to be doing renovations first, then we'll go into Let's Play stuff, because I usually like to dedicate about a week or so to new packs and new gameplay where it's like exclusive, and then we just sort of sprinkle it in throughout there. So moving on up challenge, like that's not going to be happening for a little while, which kind of is a bummer because like, oh, well, you should have a spellcaster as like, like a child or something. I don't know, something weird, but yeah, moving on up challenge it's like kind of postponed for right now just because like we have all kinds of stuff happening. We got the Realm of Magic stuff happening. We have WWE 2K20 around the corner, so next month we'll be finishing up 2K19 coverage and also this Let's Play. So there might be some longer episodes for Realm of Magic, but I think they'll make sense. So in total, oh god, hold up people. Let me just try to figure out like how many episodes of Realm of Magic Let's Play we're going to have. So I could probably give you an exact number, and I realize this is not the best way to do Let's Play, but I'm trying to get everything accomplished before October 18th, because if I have to work on anything, I want it to be October 19th, 20th, and 21st, because on the 22nd, that's when WWE 2K20 comes out. So that 19th, 20th, and 21st, minus the pre-scheduled House Flipper video on the 20th, that weekend we're not doing content because like I'm gonna need that little bit of a breather before we start like blowing up YouTube with like 2K20 stuff. But generally speaking, we'll start the Let's Play on the 16th, so Monday. We'll have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, that is a nice number to end on. So, we're going to roughly have somewhere between like 10 to 15 episodes for this Let's Play. Probably, if I mapped it out correctly, it's a nice number at 13 because why the heck not? Like, it's very fitting given this pack. So, the main objectives that we tend to work on in Let's Plays, I treat them more as like a walkthrough where it's like we play through the game, we go through the aspirations, we look at all the skills. That's just sort of where we're at. That's sort of how I treat Let's Plays. And so with this upcoming Let's Play, like my logic is like, okay, we spent 25 episodes in the expansion pack, but half of that was to build up backstory and go through part-time jobs. Game pack, or at least this game pack, doesn't come with any new careers. It's just the spellcaster stuff. So that's why I'm like, okay, we could probably do we could probably do a shorter episode. We'll do like maybe one person per episode and flesh out their stories a little bit. I'm going to be renovating their treehouse for just like, to give them distinguishable personalities, that sort of thing. So I'll be working on that sometime this weekend as well. And as always, with any and all renovations, make sure you have move objects on. But I wanted to do something with the staircase. Again, it's not an original idea. I got it from a Simsy video because I thought it was really cool that I'm like, you know what? This house would actually make sense to put that in. And I couldn't figure out where exactly to put it, so I just put it up there. And again, it's not a new idea, just not just like with Sims community videos in general, but like it's kind of a cliche thing if you want to keep something secret. Like it's been in movies, it's a common trope, like it's not a new concept. And this is where my media expertise is coming in, right? Or my budding media expertise is coming in, right? Right. Because I'm still going for my master's degree as we speak, so there's that. But generally speaking, I really love how this turned out. I really hope you all enjoy it as well. And we'll be just doing a lot of fun stuff. It's going to be very chill on this channel for the next month or so. And then, like, once October hits, there's just not going to be any chill. Like, once WB2K20 is coming out, like, we're just not going to have any chill on this channel. Because there's like 4 or 5 different crazy modes that are happening. And I'm just like, holy crap, people, what's going on? But generally speaking, I really like how this turned out. I love just the glass windows. It's something that's different, unique, and like, it's just something different. Like, I love these windows. They're nice and big and bright. Just something about this just really oh my god, we're only halfway through this. Okay, I'm trying, people, we're trying here, and I'm sorry that this is a longer one. I know that the renovation itself is a little bit on the slower side, but this was sort of like half the video was like me figuring out the layout, the windows, doors, all of that stuff. So we're not even starting the furnishing here, so you can imagine just me getting like super frustrated while working on this. I think this went over a little over 2 hours. Yeah, that sounds about right. So this went over 2 hours in total. So yeah, again, the windows, I'm terrible at placing windows and doors and all that stuff. So I tried to make it as symmetrical as I could, but it's fine. Everything's fine. Right? Right. So everything's fine. But generally speaking, I really like how this turned out. So that top floor, it's kind of like a loungy area in that front part, and then the part that has the balcony attached to it actually is where we have like a cauldron, some more bookshelves, a nice couch, a fireplace. So it's like kind of like a magic nook up there, which is kind of cool. The bedrooms, they're kind of bedrooms, but like you can tell each one kind of has its own little personality to it. The one with the balcony probably goes to the grandma slash the elder sib. Because it's like she's worked hard, she doesn't need a whole lot. The engaged couple obviously needs the room because I mean there's 2 people sharing that room, right? Right. And then there's like the newbie sim, and there's just kind of like they're kind of gravitating towards like maybe more potion making, herbalism, that sort of stuff. Ooh, I just realized herbalism could be a pretty good skill to develop along with the potion skill. Or whatever. Actually, no, there's not a new skill. Oh my god. So here's the thing: there's no new skills in this game on paper, but it's like vampires, where it's like you have that tier system almost. So you can choose different pathways, or it's like Get Famous, where you choose different pathways of expertise, essentially. So there's like four different styles. We're diving into this, people. Like we're fact checking this on air and while I'm recording this. Like that's just how I roll. We fact check on this channel because that's something that I tell students to fact check everything and be skeptical. All right, Realm of Magic Spellcaster. There's like a whole tier system, I think. I could be super wrong. I'm pretty positive they have it very much like vampires from what I've originally seen. But the spell book is really cool itself. I've seen that, early screenshots of it. So I'll be playing a little bit. We might do a Let's Play on Twitch as well, but we'll take a look-see because I'm very chill on Twitch. But generally speaking, you can go into Create a Sim, or you could go through the Rite of Ascension. So we're going to showcase that. A little bit of info right there. So Rite of Ascension, I could always go in and cheat in the cast and like just turn them into spellcasters to save us a step or two. There's also magical bloodline. So like if you have a spellcaster, you can like pass down the magical genetics. They'll have like an increase. Basically, the first generation will likely have a weaker bloodline, and then it just keeps getting stronger and stronger. So think of like if you're familiar with like the Harry Potter series, like you have Muggles, or like you know, yeah, you pretty much have like Muggle-born witches like Hermione, where her parents didn't have any sort of magical traits, characteristics, like they weren't witches or wizards. Then you have, oh god, what's the one that's like half? A half-blood? Let's see here. Half witch Harry Potter. We're trying to figure this out. What is it called? No, I don't want Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Okay. So, yeah, so okay, here we go. Blood status. Well, that's kind of sketchy, but okay. So you have Muggleborns, you have half-bloods. Okay, I was right on that. And then you have like pure blood. So pure half-blood parent plus a Muggle parent, that can be a thing. Pure slash half-blood parent and Muggleborn. Okay, this makes no sense, but whatever. It's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, okay, yeah. So Muggleborn's like a witch. Okay, got it. So there are cases where it's like known Muggle ancestry. So like all like basically Harry's parents, Lily and James, were indeed, they had Muggle ancestors and stuff like that. But the purebloods, so like how Lily and James Potter had Harry, that's how he kind of became a pureblood. But it's like more in depth than that when you go into like the spellcaster stuff. So spellcaster stuff you can do it in cast. So spellcasters have normal needs like any other sim except their needs. They can access their perks menu and spellbook. And this is coming from like Sims fandom, so yay wiki. The Sims Wiki. So above the spellcaster needs will be a globe of magical charge, which indicates how much a spellcaster has. If a sufficient amount of charge has been gained, a spellcaster's magic will be powerful and useful. However, if it is too much sustained, eventually a spellcaster can die of spellcaster overload. So that's a new death. I think there's another new death too. So curse of unwarranted hostility, so you can get curses. So it's like the fame quirks. You can do magic. There's four magic styles, so practical, mischief, untamed, and alchemy. So they're not mutually exclusive. So in our Let's Play, we're going to have two and two. So practical, mischief, untamed, and alchemy. I feel like alchemy and practical could fall underneath the same category, but we'll take a look and see how it goes. So spellcasters can learn up to 24 spells and 15 potions, which can be logged in a spellbook. And so there's like levels in spellcaster land. So you have 6 different ranks. And so there's different perks underneath each one of them. So it looks like from this original screenshot that I'm looking at here, there's like 3 different sort of branches almost, and then it's like you have like perks, weaknesses, stuff like that. So it's very much like the vampires. It's very much like vampires almost, where you have to like get strengths and weaknesses and stuff like that. So it's very much like that, except it's like with spellcasters. So I'm really excited to test out that gameplay and like sort of play around with it. I still haven't played around with the gameplay itself because I've been so just like I am so determined to get this world finished for like my eventual save file. It's coming. I don't know when. Like, that link is in the description down below, by the way. So if you're like, Christina, how far are you? I'm almost done at the least it's time of doing this voiceover. Hopefully, I'll be done with it by the end of this week. But I'll be done with Outdoor Retreats World, so Granite Falls. So I'm trying to get the smaller worlds done first because, like, tangibly, I can get those done. But I try to think of it like doing neighborhoods at a time because it's like a mini world within a world to me. That's sort of how I mentally think of things. Because if you think about it, like Oasis Springs, for example, that has like 20 plus lots. So you're like, oh God, that's a lot. So it's sort of like, okay, let's sort of parse this out a little bit, right? So if we parse it out, then it's like, okay, there's like four actual neighborhoods, I think, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty positive that's the case. Because you have the starter home, you have the starter homes, you have the middle class, you have upper middle class, and then you have like super wealthy. So there's like four residential areas, right? So, and Oasis Springs, I'm sorry, I'm using Oasis Springs as an example, but that's like the one that comes to my brain. You have like five main areas, four residential and like one's more commercial. So my thinking is that maybe we could include some new businesses, some cafes. Like I want to do all the community lots and make and do them right. That's sort of what I'm going for. But the next world that I'm about to finish up is in Granite Falls. I have the Lakeside Retreat renovation left to worry about. So any and all renovation videos, I try to do them and upload them onto YouTube so that way you all can kind of see that process. I've only gotten one lot done in Willow Creek. Some people go with the smaller lots first and kind of go from there and work your way up. But yeah, Oasis Springs has like technically six different neighborhoods if you count the park. So certain areas I'm just going to keep like the same. So like generally parks are probably in that category. But then there's smaller worlds like Newcrest, but it's like you have to build every single one of them. So it's like, oh, nuts. Okay. So it's like you have to brainstorm like what that neighborhood's going to look like. A Magnolia Promenade might be next for me because I'm very much like trying to get the feel of building in commercial lots and stuff like that. Because it's like if you saw my renovation video with Elixirs and Brews, that was actually my first commercial lot slash non-residential lot that I actually renovated on here. So I really hope that you liked that one. That was actually my favorite one to renovate, which makes no sense. This one and Elixirs and Brews. It's like the bar. I like to draw inspiration from things that I see in real life and try to replicate that on The Sims to the best of my ability. So I keep personalities in mind. I keep households in mind. I try to think of characters. I like to get a little creative, and that's why I love The Sims. So again, we got a couple more minutes before we go to the screenshots, and geez, oh man. But as you can see, we've been furnishing the bedrooms a little bit, getting some sort of furniture in there. And kind of at the very least, if you don't like the furnishings, or if you're like, oh, this is very bland, again, I wanted to at least give you a better layout in this household, because, like, it was not making much sense at all. At least to me, it wasn't making much sense. So there's that. In general, I just like how this turned out a whole heck of a lot. But yeah, so we got a couple more minutes before we start going to the screenshots, which is kind of wild. This is probably like one of the renovations I'm kind of like most proud of. Again, like when I do these sorts of like renovations, I always use base game and whatever pack we're using. Sometimes I throw in laundry day stuff as well. I feel like that would have been a good choice for this house. So if you have laundry day stuff, this would be a good option. Like I feel like laundry day stuff goes with like almost all the packs, to be completely honest. But definitely this pack, I feel like it would work. Some of the vampire stuff might actually work in this pack too. I haven't played around with that as much. But it's like you get that more like traditional Victorian style, but like Victorian style and more traditional looking houses also have like that stained glass going on. Like I have like friends that are into like historical preservation, and that's a huge thing here in where I'm living right now too. Like half of my city is like historical districts, so it's like you see all these stained glasses, you see very Victorian style houses and Victorian style shop fronts, and I just love that. I dig it. I totally respect anybody that's going into historical preservation or that's into historical preservation. It's just so cool to me. And so it's like, oh, okay, well, they were technically protecting these hardwood floors, so let's just use them, right? Right. So I wanted to make a little bit of a lounge up here for magic stuff, but this is where it stops recording. So we're about to head into the screenshots, and you'll see what we did up here. I only placed like a few objects in that room, so you're not missing a whole lot. But that's like the main entryway. Kind of a bit of a like improvement. I wanted to keep it sparse, very chill, very traditional looking. As you can see, one of the Sims right there is playing some chess. I wanted each room to have a functioning purpose, and I enjoyed the heck out of this lot, to be completely honest. The layout frustrated the crap out of me, but it's fine. So anyway, Ryan, thank you all so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. I am underneath that Variety Nerd on Twitch and also on Origin as well, so go follow me on that. All the links are in the description down below for everything and anything that I can think of. So on that happy note, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye, everyone.